Hi Aries, welcome to your August 2019 Astrology 33 bonus love reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you who'd like to book a personal reading with me, donate to the channel, or follow me on Instagram, just check out the description of the video for all of that information. Alright, so with that out of the way, for those of you who are normally watching my general readings, you might notice that there's different tarot cards on the table for one, and it's also a totally different tarot spread. So let's go through that first. On the left side, we have the Lover's Path Tarot, and on the right side, we have the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And then the name of this spread, I call this spread the Bridging the Gap spread, and the way it works. The cards on this side would represent your energy towards the connection with your main love interest. This would represent their energy towards the connection. And then these would be the past energies, present energies, future energies. So we go through all that, and then we also try to pull some oracle cards after we get through the main spread to help tie everything together, and that's where the Bridging the Gap dynamic comes into play. Alright, so my apologies in advance for any communication mix-ups, because Mercury is still retrograde, and I'm not going to lie, I'm definitely feeling it. But yeah, let's get started with the spread. In the past position, on your side, we actually have 3 cards. We have the 9 of Coins, the 7 of Arrows, and the 5 of Staves. So, let me just point out what these are energetically speaking. This is a card for Virgo energy, middle 10 degrees of Virgo. This is the last 10 degrees of Aquarius, and this is the first 10 degrees of Leo. So, could that be the people you're dealing with? Absolutely, but alright, there's a few different scenarios that come to mind since there are multiple cards in this position. First one that comes to my mind is that this is really just saying in the past you were really focused on yourself, just trying to build some stability and abundance in your life. Looks like you were probably successful doing that as well. But as far as the reason why, it may be because when it comes to love, you might have gone through deceptions in the past and maybe conflicts as well. So that might have just been your attitude towards love in general. Like, you know what? Whenever I get involved with someone, either they end up deceiving me or we end up getting into fights all the time, I'm just going to totally focus on myself and not even worry about anything else. That could be the way it's playing out for some of you. Now, another way it could be playing out as well is maybe for some of you, since this is Aquarius energy, Aquarius is your 11th house of friendships. This could just be saying that, maybe you were dealing with the friend, and maybe it was a friends with benefits thing, and maybe because one of you might have caught feelings, or both of you might have led to some conflict. Another way this could be playing out is just saying that you had a thing for a friend as well, and you might have been weighing the cost benefit. Like, you're like, all right, I know they're not really commitment material, so that might cause issues down the line, or maybe there's someone that has a lot of options. So, maybe that could have been what you guys just decided. Like, let's just keep this casual, basically. And I feel like that might have caused an issue because, like I said, one or both of you might have ended up developing feelings. And then the last scenario that I'll mention, and I will say it's the least likely, but I have to at least mention it because I got that possibility. This could just be saying that for some of you, there might be a friend of yours who could be spreading rumors to the person you're into because they actually are interested in that person as well. So obviously that would be a bit of a shady scenario, but I did have to at least mention that for some of you. But primarily I think that this is really what it is for the majority of you about the first scenario where you're really just focusing on yourselves, or were in the past or ever, because of the fact that this is just your view on love, quite frankly. You're like, whenever I get involved with someone, someone ends up lying or cheating on me, maybe. We get into fights, right? And I guess with that, to go along with that too, if this is with the person that you're already dealing with, that could have been what happened. Maybe you guys actually split up recently because there was some deception and you guys had a fight over it. And if that's the case too, I have to say, keep in mind, if that was that shady friend scenario, if that sounds like it could be a possibility for you that you guys thought maybe was already on the table, keep in mind that could be what actually ended up happening. Might have been some lies spread one way or the other. In the past energy on their side, we have the Nine of Swords. So this is technically a Gemini card, so you could be dealing with a Gemini, but this is also a card about anxiety, sleepless nights, and a normal tarot. So that could be where they're at. So what I'm seeing here, it's a little bit easier to read their situation since there's just one card. I'm not going to throw 80 different scenarios at you. But one thing that I'm thinking of with this is could just be that they see you on the outside, right? Like we said, this would be your inner energy where, okay, on the outside, this is how you're presenting yourself. The Nine of Pentacles. Oh, Aries is enjoying themselves. They're happy doing their own thing. They're content. But really underneath that, it's like you would like to have some love relationship, but you're just feeling like, okay, this is where it always leads for me, so I'm not even going to go there. But they might not know that that's how you're feeling underneath the surface. So to them, they're like, freaking out over how can I even get to Aries? They seem like they're enjoying their lives so much. What could I possibly offer them? And another way this could be playing out too is this could also be saying, now hang with me on this one. See the black cat down there? So to me, I'm feeling like in a way you guys might have the exact same attitude, or again in the past you guys had the same attitude, which was, if we look at the artwork here, it looks like those two people are enjoying themselves, which tells me their mentality they might be a little bit gun shy when it comes to love too, because they're like, you know what, I get in these connections, everything seems to be going great, then all of a sudden, poof, out of nowhere, the connection seems to fall apart, right? So like they might feel like they're cursed when it comes to love. So both of you guys in the past just might have had very cynical attitudes towards love in general. Definitely looks like this person might have been, definitely freaking out about it a bit more. Whereas at least you, on the surface, it looks like you're holding it together a little bit better. But yeah, that's really what I'm picking up for the vast majority of you. Is just two people in the past that just had, a cynical attitude toward love. Most likely probably from past experiences, but yeah. And then if that's the case too, I think these energies on both of your sides with the bottom of the deck would represent the past energies, because here we have the moon card at the bottom of the deck on their side, and that's actually card 18, so that reduces to a 9. So that points to their 9 of swords energy we see there. And then for you, if we add up your 80 cards, we have the 9, the 7, and the 5. That adds to 21, which reduces to 3. And on the bottom of the deck on your side, we have the 3 of cups. So this could just be saying that because this was where you were at, this was definitely the vibe you were giving off. You were getting out and partying, just really enjoying the single life with your friends, whether you're female or male. This could just be saying that friendships, long-standing friendships, just going out, enjoying yourself. And for them, they were just more trapped in their head, because take that 9 of swords and the moon energy, they were definitely having a lot more anxiety around the situation. All right, in the present position, we have the Queen of Coins and the Justice card. So, a bit easier to read this position for me, I would say. This is a Capricorn card, first of all. The court card for Capricorn, anyway. And then this is the Major Arcana card for Libra. So, on the one hand, one way I see this playing out is if this was just you're really just focusing more on your financial stability and maybe, sticking to casual things in the love area because of that. This could just be saying that now you've actually reached a higher level in your career. And because of that, now that you feel more secure in that area of life, now you're actually ready to pursue something more serious when it comes to your love life. Because, this is your 10th house, Capricorn, of career and social status. And then this Libra card represents your 7th house of, committed partnerships. So could just be saying that that's the shift, You were going through all these things, and maybe this was even saying you were just so busy with work that you didn't even have the energy for love relationships. They're like, I'm not even going to go there because I'm just focusing on building my finances. Because if we look there, there's multiple pentacles there, obviously, right? And here, there's just one, and it's obviously a way bigger pentacle, which could just be saying, maybe you had multiple jobs in the past. Now you just have one. So because you're able to just focus on that singular job as opposed to maybe juggling multiple jobs in the past, now you're like, okay, now I'm actually ready to focus on something a little bit more serious that I can put my energy into. And let's see if there's anything else that comes to mind with these two cards. Yeah, not really. Like I said, this feels pretty straightforward to me. I think that's really where it is, that for a lot of you, you're just now in the present, you're actually more ready for something serious. And, it makes sense if you really were focusing on career pretty heavily because, we've talked about it in recent months. Your 10th house has been pretty intense lately. So, and we just had an eclipse in your 10th house recently too. So maybe that didn't help wrap things up for you in that area, or, you got more stability. And maybe that's why you're now able to focus more on love. The present energy on their side is the World card and the Three of Pentacles. So to me, the World card could just be, obviously it's a card that represents completions. It also represents Saturn energy as well. So again, could be pointing to maybe the eclipse for them too. That might have opened up something for them. There's a lot of things people were letting go with that eclipse, and that's usually what happens with most eclipses, but this one in particular, you had Saturn and Pluto in the mix too, which is pretty intense energy. So, maybe their pessimistic attitude towards love in the past, for example, maybe them feeling like, oh, whenever I pursue something, it seems like it goes great. Like I said, with that black cat energy, if we think of the superstition angle, and they feel like, oh, everything goes great, then it falls apart. So maybe they're out of that energy now, and they're saying that they're ready to offer something stable to you. And, this is another Capricorn energy as well. So, could be that you're dealing with a Capricorn possibly, but I'm feeling more that this is just saying that, okay, now they're at the phase where they're ready to build something stable with you too. So this is interesting because the past couple of months with you guys, I was getting that vibe of like on and off, hot and cold type energy. But now, ironically, it could just be that this is a different group that I'm dealing with this month's reading and not the same energy. But if this is all the same group, looks like, yeah, in the past, ironically, you guys were in a way on the same page, which is definitely cynical about love and not really knowing how to move forward. Now it looks like you guys are on the same page in the present in a much more positive way, building something tangible potentially. So that's pretty cool. In the near future position on your side, we have Prince of Coins. So this is actually a Virgo card. So if we wanted to point to a timeline, maybe this is just saying that, talking about when we get into the time of Virgo, you might actually be ready to make an offer to this person. So, the Queen of Coins, even though it's a higher ranking energy than the Prince, obviously, the main way that I see those two cards playing off each other, the Queen energy is a cardinal energy. Capricorn is the cardinal earth sign, and then this is the mutable earth sign. So it could just be saying that, okay, you're going from that energy. The cardinal energy is being ready to start something, and then mutable is actually making that movement toward it. But you could just still be in a bit of a testing the water phase. So you're still offering something stable, but not fully jumping in. You know what I mean? And because the Prince of Coins is the same as the Knight of Pentacles, so it's a slow moving offer, but it is actually a tangible offer and, an offer of stability. So that could just be saying that in the future, this is where you're at mentally. You're like, all right, I'm going to move towards this person and make an offer. In the future position on their side, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So usually what I say with the aces, I view them more as they're in the idea stage. If we think about the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, for example, there's always a hand coming out of a cloud holding whatever element it is. So Ace of Pentacles in that deck, it's like a hand out of the cloud holding a pentacle. So this could just be saying that they have on their mind that they want something stable with you as well. If I had to pinpoint who would probably be coming forward with the offer, I would say, due to your energy being the Prince, which is the Knight energy, like I said, then it's probably more likely it would be you making the offer. But it looks like they're on the same page too. Just might be that you get a little bit quicker on the trigger than them, like I said, especially if they were coming out of that crazy anxiety energy. It seemed like that going for them too. All right, so let's see if we could get some additional messages with the Oracle cards. So first, I'll see if we could get some additional messages with the Mystic Moon Oracle deck I have here. And for those of you who haven't seen these videos from me before, what I do is I shuffle these before we start recording, but I actually just want to actually feel the energy out of the main spread before we pull the Oracle cards and see if we get anything. And what I do is I shuffle these for a bit, even though I shuffle before we start recording, because I actually like to get jumpers when I pull cards. So the way I look at it is first we'll try to see if we get any additional unspoken messages from you toward them. And so I'll shuffle up. We actually got one there, so that's good. And then we'll do the same for them toward you. See if there's any unspoken messages from them toward you. I was going to say, if I shuffle for a while and nothing comes up, I trust that and just say we're not going to force it. But I already got one there. Almost got one for you, for them toward you, rather. But yeah, let's see if we get anything. See that? There's your Nine of Swords person for you. Everything's in their head. They're not communicating anything. We'll shuffle a little bit more though, see if I get anything. If nothing comes up, that's fine. We'll pull one more Oracle card from another deck too to tie everything together. So, but yeah, I'll give it a little bit more, see if I get anything. Another few shuffles. Alright, so yeah, nothing's coming up from them toward you, so we'll just stop at that. Alright, so the card we got from you toward them says, I'm reminded of you constantly. If I could get that to focus. Well, I mean, you guys could probably see it anyway, but yeah, there we go. It says, I'm reminded of you constantly. So, you know what this really could be, like I was saying before, maybe this was someone you were friends with, right? And you were like just really worrying about pursuing it with them because you're like, all right, it probably end up, getting into fights or whatever. Or, you might, like I said, you might have perceived them as being a bit of a player energy or something like that. So maybe you're just trying to fight back the feelings towards them for some of you. And like I said, because you were trying to focus on your finances, you're like, I don't even want to go there. And then maybe, you're just realizing that, like, all right, well, no matter what, I still keep thinking about this person. You're in a better place now, it appears, financially as well. So maybe you're just like, you know what, let me try to get this off the ground. Because, like I said, it does seem more likely between the two of you in the future energy, it would be you making the offer. Definitely looks like they're open and receptive to it. Looks like I said, it looks like they've gone through some growth as well, where maybe they also had a cynical attitude towards maybe the connection with you, but I'm feeling more likely that this was just your attitudes towards love in general. All right, so let's get one more message from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. So for those of you who do watch my general readings, this is one of the Oracle decks I use for those as well. And we'll just see, if there's any additional messages here. This one card. Oh, there we go. All right, we got a change in the wind. So what's interesting is the number for that is 12. Well, let me show you guys the artwork too. There you go. A change in the wind. There's the artwork for it. And the number is 12. So what I was going to say is what's interesting about that is this could definitely be more of a message for you because like I was saying, your energies here added up to 3 and then we have the 3 of cups at the bottom of the deck on your side. And then also I thought of the hangman energy since that's 12 in the major arcana, which is also about, being stuck and looking at things from a different perspective. So looks like you guys might have both used your time productively in the past and now you can move forward towards something. But let's see what the messages say. It says a sense that unseen change has been initiated, preparation for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow. The Oracle's message. It's human nature to yearn for certainty and resist change, to want the world to remain consistent like a zebra's stripes. Yet nothing in human experience is black and white, nor will anything remain static. The one thing guaranteed is change. Now is a time of transformation as outer conditions are temporarily moving out of sync with your desires and expectations. Stay the course and remember that even storms serve to clear the air, scatter seeds, and nourish the soil for better things ahead. Life is about to get interesting. Anticipate it with curiosity as you wonder what is coming in on the shifting winds. The unknown is where the magic lies. So as I was reading through that, I'm really feeling like primarily this was your, and especially with the 3, and like I said, this was 3, bottom of the deck is 3. This could just be pointing to how you felt in the past. And for some of you, how far back can that be? Who knows? I'm going to post this before August starts, but let's say you guys watch this August 1st, and this seems to harken back to something that happened for you guys during that eclipse in the sign of Capricorn, right? Maybe that's how it'll play out for some of you. But we'll see. We'll see what the relationship message says. It says relationships go through periods where partners seem out of sync with each other and stormy emotions and moods threaten to take down the ship. Perhaps someone has a change of heart and leaves. These rough seas offer opportunities for mutual growth, a way for you to understand your own heart better and to know what you need to truly be happy. Rest assured that whatever is happening now, good will come from it. Take temporary shelter and remove yourself from drama. The air will clear and everything will be fresh and new again. This too shall pass. So yeah, however weird that sounds, I feel like this card literally just laid out all of the energies we were talking about in the past. So maybe this is just emphasizing for you, like I said, especially if this happened around that eclipse, where you might have, maybe this is you currently feeling like doom and gloom, but we do see a pretty steady progression of you guys getting on the same page. So I feel like for the majority of you, this is pointing to stuff that was already taking place, but hopefully that resonated for you either way. We'll wrap up there, guys, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.